right. Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Yeah, my name is Jeremiah. I want to take this chance to welcome you to our ninth graduation gala, where we organize students who have graduated from high school, even to college. We thank you for training us tonight. We don't want to wait too long because we organized that we have quite a few things going on the meeting. So we are going to start. I will call that we have a prayer, and after which we will have an interactive session where we want to learn from each and every one of us, because we have people from different professions here. We have students who want to change those professions, even those who are in various professions that we want to know about something. So we will have different groups. You be the lecture, and after which the program will follow as scheduled. So now I want to call upon Dr. Sini. He's going to start us with a prayer of prayer, after which Malika will take us.
Let's humble ourselves as we pray. Our Lord and loving Master, who art in heaven, we thank you for this evening. Lord, we are assembled here to learn from each other. As we start this session, we ask that your presence be felt. We ask that your Holy Spirit may lead us, and may your will be done at the end of this day. As we depart from here, may we feel that we were in your presence. That your will be done, for we have prayed and believed. In the name of Jesus Christ, our Lord.
Amen. Amen. Thank you, and that is Rinki for the prayer. Good evening, brethren. One more time. Good evening. Thank you for making me here. I know the church. We have many things going on out here. Our secretary has said, but we're supposed to be here for a few hours, 1 or 2 hours. I'm here. Okay. Here by 9. So it's going to be a branch of what we have in place. I would like to start by thanking you one more time. And we're going to be in as few groups as we can. This is a very short session in which we'll work on that. But before we go there, I would like to give this a chance to Dana Tambo, our leader, our director, So we will go ahead and start with our session. This session here, we are going to sit where we are. We may be added, we may be grouped, but for now, be where you are until you go to move. What's going to happen here is that we have professionals here from all fields, as many as they are available in the room. They'll come around to you. They'll tell you what they do in their professions, how they got there, what they do, their experience, and ask questions. 15 minutes session per table. Talk to you. So, say for example, you have to see engineers coming here in engineering, talk to you, what they do in their experiences, and then ask questions, discuss how you got there, how can I join if you are interested, and then we told move. Now, they will move there. After about engineers, for example. The same thing happens there. They will move there. Another 15 minutes. Just like that. Then there will be another a set of, say, teachers telling you about education and what they do in their classes, how they do it and how they got there, what they do, and the experiences. They move like that. Then there will be nurses, there will be pharmacists, some are coming in a short while. They make it for that session, that's good. That's how we want to handle the session here now. So at this time, I'm calling So I hope you have done something this evening that you can live here. Parents too. Then your things can change. And also, the professionals here, that first degree normally is an entry point. You can change into any field after first degree, life. So may that not be an anchor for life, ready to change professionally at any time for any reason. So may this be a good experience this evening. As you live here, may you live here with a lot of knowledge, a repertoire of knowledge that will help you know that in life there are many avenues that you can go into, regardless of your entry degree or your entry point in life. So at this time now, we want to have a number from our sister here. Thereafter, we have where you are, where you are. We have a few minutes of discussion on what goes on in our lives, what in learning, in education, in schools, parents, what are challenges that we meet as parents, students, what do we see in our lives after we get that's coming in about 20 minutes or so. May that be the next session now, our case in.
Good evening, everyone.
Speak into it. Speak loud into it.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Casey, and I'm going to be playing a song for you guys.
Thank you, Casey. This is one of our brothers. Casey has been entertaining us in the several fields. The other day, when one of our senior fellows from the country was here, she also did the same. Thank you very much, Casey. May you grow in stature and knowledge and in that field as you entertain us in our life. Thank you very much. This time now, we are going to have this particular to become next meeting. We are going to, just where we are, let's ponder as the students first. What challenges do we have? Challenges we have as students from home and in school. Then we come to parents. Be as free as with nobody here going to the parents. Please have your eyes down. Don't look at the kid when the kid tells us what challenges are in the house, please. May we be very kind, give them their knowledge. Be very free in your expressions to this evening. Tell us your experiences, challenges from home, at school. And the parents will say something, then we have experts here who respond to what challenges will be thereafter. Please start with the students, then parents. Students first, challenges. At home, in school. be very, very candid, be very free.
Any level, it doesn't have to be high school or college, any level. What are some of the challenges you face when you are navigating education at school, at home, in the community? What are the challenges that you face? I need to have gifts. You're not a student, but you can.
No, parents are coming after, now it's the students,
You
mainly.
do the students first.
Anybody?
But you've been a student.
No, it's in the schools, at home, in your life, that impact your education. Anybody? I saw Kyle here. Oh, Kyle. Any challenge that you have at home in school that you like to overcome as you grow?
Hello,
Hello?
my name is Tommy Kenya. A challenge that I face, I go to an early college high school, so I'll be taking all college courses. So the challenge that I face is having to adjust quickly to the fast learning pace, and being in a level with people that wouldn't be considered my peers, like they're above me. So I have to navigate a bigger group, bigger pool, but it's just pushing me to success at a faster rate. I'm okay with that.
Thank you.
Now, what is the challenges? Note them down. Marion, please. Marion. Marion.
So the question was the challenge that I face, like as a student, right? A challenge that I face, well, right now is the first time where I'm working like full-time and being in school and like living alone. So that's been a big transition from undergrad. But yeah, that's been a challenge. Let me say, it's been a challenge, but it hasn't been impossible. And I think just having people and a community that's around me has been great. Talking to family has been great. So just having the resources to help, mitigate all of that has been good. It's been a good challenge. I mean, yeah, the structure of having a routine and everything has been good. So.
Now, so when you hold it, the mic is still in your hands. In your high school, you sort of know the mic in high school. What was your challenge? How did you manage that? Do you have any challenge that you have to share? And how did you manage it? Where you at?
A challenge in high school? High school? I guess it would be, because I was in a certain program in high school that, similar to Kyle was saying, was just like having to adjust quickly to a faster pace of, just keeping on top of your academics but having, I guess, the discipline to look forward to what it is that you want to do. While I was in high school, I wasn't like too sure what I wanted to do in college, so I feel like having an idea would have kept me a little more driven, but regardless, just the household was a great help in like putting the pressure on, sometimes a little too much pressure, so I would say that was a challenge. But in retrospect, like it was good, so. Just having the discipline, I think, was the challenge for me, rather than like the workload. So it's all a mindset fix, so it's an easy mindset fix. Not so easy, but it is a mental thing, so it's a challenge.
Anybody else? All right, go ahead.
My name is Nasai McCory, and I'm going to 6. A challenge I have is transitioning from elementary to middle school and having science, which I wasn't taught a lot, into an actual grade. Yeah.
for you? Let's see, what are the challenges you face?
My name is Jaden. And the challenge I have is reading. Like, cause reading to me is not really like that interesting. And you know, I struggle reading, and I'm not even gonna like lie. I'm terrible at it, but you know, I'm improving. I try to at least.
Anybody else before parents come up?
And thank you for being honest. You know, we have to share our challenges so that we're helping each other. We'll be as vulnerable as we can be so that we help each other.
One challenge I had is pursuing non-traditional careers. I wanted to be a pilot when I was in high school, but I was told that's not a good idea. Yeah.
Told by who? Someone. Tell me your next age.
I'm sure you speak for many.
Hello everybody, my name's Jaden. The thing with me, I'm taking online school. So my freshman year, I was at home the entire time. So I think a difficult thing for me was making friends, probably. Just out branching from my normal friends. They were out there in Lubbock, Abilene, Texas State, San Marcos, all that. So I'd probably say the biggest challenge for me was making friends. But I think the best way to probably combat that, you know, just keep myself busy, and you know, having leisure time for myself. But I think just staying busy was the best thing for me, working and doing school at the same time. Because whenever you're just at home all the time, you start getting your head a lot, and it could make you, you know, feel some type of way about making friends and clubs and things of that nature. But just staying busy, you know, going to the gym or working or, you know, find a new hobby. But yeah, that's probably one of the biggest challenges I had.
And the solution, way forward, after you have challenged, what do you do? How do you go about it? Tell me, please.
My name is Jeremy Nancy-Merrick, and I'm a senior in high school, and the one challenge I have is probably time management. Usually when I get home, I don't feel like doing my work, but at the end of the day, I know I have to do it because I have to succeed in life, so yeah.
So what do you do? How do you get out of that?
Instead of going out with my friends, I usually study, but sometimes it's difficult because I want to be there, but sometimes I can't. So yeah, it's really a challenge because I remember one time I tried to do that, and I failed the test. Yeah, I'm not doing that again. But yeah.
Here's the clap for what you are saying.
I'm Tandaga. And one of the challenges I had, well, I've now graduated high school, but I think one of the challenges I've had is people telling you no a lot. So like, I graduated high school early, so I did my junior and senior year together. And a lot of people told me that it wasn't possible, like you can't leave high school early, but I made it happen. Did both of the classes in 1 year. And yeah, I graduated.
Nobody's mentioning intelligence, home, from parents, or they like, don't fear the parents being here. Just be very free. Anybody with pressure, say, from parents to do this or that, not to do this or that, and find out the challenge, anybody.
Hi, my name is Ruby Mose. A challenge I had a very supportive mom. Thank you, Mom. Child. I think a challenge I had is just worrying that because of the not successful in the entertainment industry, and like very few people making in the entertainment industry. But thanks to God and my mom and supportive friends, I decided to pursue what I want, and I just graduated college. So.
Will she be watching from home?
I think so, but I will.
Well, we say thank you. Thank you very much. And I think, is there any other person from the students' perspective? Anybody else that we may lock out before we go to parents? Parents, be very, be free to explain yourselves and what this gives you hard time at home. Stay down. Go ahead. This is the parents.
No, it's not really a problem from the house, but I feel like also like going into high school, there's like so many like set, people have so Mike's out. But basically like people tell you what to do, and I feel like if you don't advocate for yourself, you won't get what you want. Like for me, like I knew like I wanted to finish high school sooner. So like just reaching out to your counselors. I know like counselors aren't like, they don't really do the job that they're supposed to do, but when you fight for yourself, you get what you want. So, and I think it also helps like when you go to college.
For us, we leave out any student. Or any? No. Okay, go ahead.
Hello, my name is Noah Buga, and I feel like one of the problems is that I don't have, like my parents, they want me to succeed in life, and they want me to do certain things. When I ask them for help, it's not there. Like, I have homework, I asked my dad, you know how to do this? I look over, I see my chat GPT, I'm like, I don't know. I feel like some things that parents lack the resources to help the student, not help the student, help the kids, and they want them to succeed, but they don't know how to help. They don't know how to give their kids the tools to succeed. I feel like that's the big problem. Anyways, here you go, sir.
Hello, my name is Sam, and I would say problems I had was just school was mentally draining. You know, you had to fit what your parents wanted, like having straight A's. You know, then I had sports, but I think the one thing I did have was my father. He was, he was always there for me, always helping me out. So that was the one person that really helped me with school.
All right, thank you when you go home. Please, now the parents.
So parents is inclusive. So we are not saying direct parent or you may have a child in school right now or you've had a child in school at some point. What are some of the challenges that you face? And once we all have all the challenges, then we look at what are the best practices, what works for you. We share that so that everybody can have a takeaway on maybe what they can do to improve the challenging situation. George,
Thank you
2
so
minutes,
much.
please.
Yeah. The challenge we have as parents, especially those parents who have boys, we feel like our sons get distracted on the way. So when we look around, our daughters, they are excelling, but our sons, they lose focus on the way and they drop out of college. Can you help us out to align them so that they can focus on completing college? So that's a challenge to parents who have sons.
Thank you. Thank you, Elder. Anybody else? So the challenge is boys dropping along the way, not to the end.
Hi, everybody. So I'm a parent of high school, college, and one who has just finished college. I just feel like as a parent, most kind of challenge we face is navigating the system. We are migrants, so sometimes we don't understand the system. We like A44. So when you come here, you're like, oh, you need to do APA, whatever, all those things. So that's a challenge navigating the system. And then another thing is convincing our kids to do what we want them to do. I understand the kids they want their way, but sometimes we feel like some careers are better than others. So I just think that's the challenge. So that's what we have in progress with our children and the parents. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Good evening, everyone. As a parent, we can say a lot, like our challenges we had while we were going to school, I don't think they can compare to these young ones here, because your situation is not like our situation. So the challenge we face as parents now, as Sister Clementine says, you may want to do something, and you know, we've grown here, we've seen like what you want to do will not help you in life. That's why we try to help you do something which can, you know, something you can even get a job. We don't want you to do something and you don't get a job. We want you to do, like we're wishing you to do something where you can get a job. And another challenge I can say, like Noah said, Noah, like some parents maybe, they're not, like, let me say maybe I'm not well enough to help you. For example, it's math. You bring me algebra. I'm not able to help you with your college algebra. So the thing I can help you is to go ask the teacher. They have those tutoring students who can help you. So if you see like your parent is not able to help you with what your homework, it's because maybe we don't know how to do it, but ask the teacher to ask, like go to school, ask those teachers who can help you with that homework.
Thank you.
In the interest of time, we'll do a couple more, but please, let's keep it short.
Okay, thank you. I think one of the challenges I see with most of us is these American schools, our children come home with A's, but we fail to understand how the system is working over here, in that there are some programs that we need to have our kids get into. That way the careers will be better, but we don't understand it. Maybe we can have the people who are in the education system to enlighten us on that.
Thank you. Anyway, briefly.
All right, good evening. So mine, I won't speak to the challenges per se like that, but what I would like to say is just from an educator's perspective, what I'm seeing, because I deal with adult learners, and sometimes what you see is a result of what has been done before. And I've sometimes said this in class and said, the system failed you when I see some things. And what you find is that you need to just find a way, sometimes take the challenge and turn it around and use it almost like a ladder to get you to where you need to go to. And I think that's what Tandega alluded to, that when people say no, she went ahead and used that and turned it around and proved that it is possible. So I'm one of those people who believes that it is possible. You just need to put your mind to it. Like Noah said, if your parent can't help you, Noah, there's a lot of professionals at church. We have math teachers. Reach out to them and get the help that you need so that you can still bridge that gap and overcome that challenge. And I think more than anything, the point that they said in terms of careers, yes, sometimes you may feel like, yes, this is what I want to do, but listen to the advice that you're being given, because what it will do, it might actually help you, because I have people who come to class right now, they started off with one track, but now they've figured that, no, I need to do this. My wife always says that the mom had told her to do nursing, but she wanted to do something else, IT. But now what does she do? She's actually doing what mom had said, and she says that if she had done that way back when, she would have been so far in that particular field. So sometimes it's coming out of a good place, but I think also between the parents also, let's give room for the young ones also to also carve their own path, but give their advice. I think that will help.
Thank you.
very, very good information because sometimes for the team to be able to get the right information for you on how to address some of these challenges, the team has to be aware of these issues that you are facing either as a student or as a parent. How do you navigate the different systems that we have here? At the end of the day, we have different issues as immigrants. So what I would ask the team to do, because just this evening as we sit here in the interest of time, we may not be able to tackle and share all the information that we would like to share. And some of these things need specific professionals to be able to address them. So I'll say to the team, let's set up another mentoring session where now we are specifically tackling these issues and giving the students and the parents the right resources so that we are setting them up for success. All right. I think he has a comment.
You know, sometimes you have to be realistic sometimes. There's passion and there's reality. Okay? We're in the United States. Some of us are immigrants. Some of us are children of immigrants. Okay? There are things you can do in this country whereby the majority of the people who claim to be the original owners of this land, and majority of them are in that profession. You will succeed, but you will struggle to succeed in those areas. There are other courses whereby they don't do very well. That's the sciences. If you are in the sciences, you are likely to succeed easier in those fields than being in the field where they are the majority. I'll leave it at that.
Thank you so much for the comment. And I think there's definitely more information that needs to be shared, and having different people, different professionals sharing the experiences and also the best way to navigate some of these things. And also, some of these things need to be age appropriate. So we may have the same challenge, but because we are different age brackets, our resource or solution may not be the same. So this is definitely something that needs to be taken by the team, and hopefully this becomes a conversation sooner than later so that we can be able to prepare our students as they go into the next school year. We are now going into our next session, and I do have the distinct pleasure to introduce to you somebody who I have known for years, a good friend of mine. You know, I think sometimes God destines some things. I struggled with public speaking for a very long time, for years and years and years, and I couldn't find the right resource for me to be able to overcome a challenge. And I wanted to join Toastmasters for many years, but my work schedule would not allow me because I had to go either during lunchtime or evening, but then I had to drive so far to be able to join whatever club that I wanted to join. And if you've met me, when I can't find something out there that works for me, I try to create it myself. So I decided to start a Toastmasters club in our office building. And my friend, Dr. Gaurav Shekhar, at that time, he was also participating as the district growth director for the Toastmasters International. And that is how we connected many, many years ago. I think about maybe 5-7 years ago. But our journey has revolved into something else that maybe we'll touch on next time. But for today, I'm very happy to introduce to you Dr. Gaurav Shekhar. He is the Senior Assistant Dean of the Graduate Programs in the Naveen Jindal School of Management at the University of Texas, Dallas. He's an Assistant Professor in the Information Systems area, and he teaches courses like Business Intelligence, digital consulting, sustainability analytics, and robotic process automation to both graduates and undergraduates. He was inducted into Dallas 500 by the DCEO magazine for 2024. He is a two-time TEDx speaker and was named as the 40 under 40 by the Dallas Business Journal in 2023 and by the CDO magazine in 2022. He serves on several boards. Actually, the one who had a question on time management, I think you need to speak to him because he does so many things. I wonder how he does them, but he's on so many boards. And one thing that he believes in, he is one big believer in servant leadership, which is the base of all the initiatives that he works on. Please help me welcome Dr. Gala.
Thank you everybody, and thank you Whispers so much for this gracious invitation. I'm very happy to be here. I, to be honest, didn't know what to expect here. When I was told it's a graduation, see, for a university professor, if you tell that it's a graduation, I think of very long ceremony, lots of handshakes and gowns and whatnot. And I was like, man, another one we just did 5,000 students, and this is another one, but which is good. But when I came here, I just saw joy. I saw people talking, chatting, and I was like, wish we had this kind of graduations in our university, where everybody's just chatting and nice, they're seated nicely. And when I was told that there were mentors at the tables and they were sharing what they do on a day-to-day basis, I was like, this is the best thing that you can talk about. So thank you so much, everybody who's part of this organization, especially to parents, and thank you for sharing your pain, because when you were talking, I could hear my own mom and dad telling me things years ago. You know, when I used to just question. I always say this thing, that parents, for about 6 years in their lives, and if they have multiple kids, then it's a multiple of 6. They forget everything. And people are like, what is that? I'm like, these are called teen years. When your kid is a teenager, technically their parents don't know anything in those years. Only to come back and realize that the parents were right all along. So can we give a round of applause to the parents? Or anybody who works with students, because you know what, guys, let me break it to you. Sooner or later, they will all know that you were right. But especially to the students here. Sitting in a classroom, going through years of education, being disciplined about it. How disciplined about it? You're submitting assignments, you're attending lectures, you're writing exams, you're participating in activities. That requires a lot of grit. You could be playing your games 24/7. If you decided to take a break and do these things, that helps you. So kudos to all the students who are graduating, whether it is from a high school or your undergrad degree, associate's degree, whatever part of your education you've completed today. Congratulations on that. Now at 8:45 p.m., some very wise teacher of mine told me that if you want to not lose people, never give a speech at 8:45. So I was here sitting and sweating that what should I tell all these young minds that will be okay for an 8:45 discussion. So instead of giving a speech, I thought I'll just share some stories. A couple stories that deeply impacted me. The first person that I want to talk about is Gandhi. How many of you know Gandhi? Gandhi? Mahatma Gandhi? So the story, depending on what story you've heard, is the guy who was the father of nation for India. He fought the freedom struggle from the Britishers, got us the independence. But before he was a big name in India, he used to live in South Africa. And he used to practice law there. And he was in some very difficult times in South Africa where there was segregation, there were things where people were separated because their race, the color of the skin, it's not a great thing. Unfortunately, it happened. So the story that everybody, and this is a famous tale in India, was that he was once traveling by train in South Africa and he was thrown out of a first-class compartment because he was an Indian. And that's the story everybody knows. And the next part that people believe is that he got so upset, he packed his bags, he came to India and he fought the British. That is too Hollywood. It generally doesn't happen like that. The part of the story that's missing, which I was told several years later, after my initial, about the version of the story, was that instead of getting, of course, if you're thrown out of the train, it's an angry moment, right? Do you think was anger okay at that point of time?
Yeah.
But what he did was, the next thing he did was he went to the station and he asked for the station master. And he said, I would like to lodge a complaint. He took the book, he wrote his complaint down, and the next thing that happened was the station master was the same class of people that was in the train that threw him out, profusely apologized to him. And he said, you had the right ticket, and you should not have been thrown out. Years later, when he wrote about this incident, he wrote one very specific thing that stuck to me. He said, that day I found out there is a process. There is a process for everything. He said, processes are difficult, but there is a process. And if you follow the process, you will get to a result, an outcome, that will be favorable. It may take time, but it will get to you in the right way possible. We have freedom of speech, we have a right to protest, and one thing he could have done was just go there and start protesting outside the station. And he did protest on certain things for which there was no process. But the fact that he talks about how important that incident was in his life, because everything that he did afterwards, he would always start with a process and then go to options where a process wasn't there. So that was the first person that made a indelible mark on my life. Everybody knows iPhones. Everybody knows Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs? Who doesn't know Steve Jobs? Great guy. He said I would make the best company in the world. In 2011, when he passed away, on Fortune 500, Apple was ranked #1. He did that. But the company that he started so well, and I'll tell you one thing about the iPhone. It's not that he invented the telephone. It wasn't Alexander Graham Bell. Right. Phones were there. The first time when I took an iPhone in my hand, I could feel that how different this device was. No offense to Galaxy fans, no offense to any other thing, but
Offended.
and I'm profusely sorry about it. But certain things like, as a human being, where your fingers would naturally go around a device, and there was something that kind of reacted to your touch, the way you would want, your muscle memory would want. Those are some of the things that I liked, and that is just my personal opinion on it. But he, as some of you may know, was thrown out of the company he built himself. Do the students know that? He built Apple, and he was thrown out of Apple. He bought a top executive from Pepsi, and he said, you run the company. And the first thing that they did after a year was throw him out. They said, you are too extreme, your ideas are too much for us, and we don't want your work. And he was thrown out, and if you think about, again, by the way, I'm a big fan of Bollywood, so I connect everything to a movie. So when you're thrown out, you're like, okay, it's raining, and you're in the rain, and you're drenching, and you're saying some bad words, and then you're like, I will hit the gym the next day. Well, none of that happened. None of that happened. Who knows Pixar? Disney, Pixar, right? Love the movies? Great movies. He is the founder of Pixar. He's the founder of Pixar. He's the founder of a company called Next, which was a next generation company in electronics. But one of the things he did with animation was he created the art of storytelling, the way Pixar now does things. Why? Because his talent was calligraphy. And if you've ever been asked to write nicely, there's an art to it. Calligraphy is an art. There's a balance between your strokes, the length of the characters, because it's not just about writing nicely. It's about when somebody reads it, how will they interpret the message? You write the same message. You know what, this could be a nice activity. When you go home, next time around the dinner table, ask somebody to write something nice in their own handwriting. I can bet you that everybody, when they read that same message, will have a different perception of that message just because of their handwriting. So handwriting plays a role. Okay? But going back to the story, he used his skill of calligraphy to really design how, or kind of put out how animation should look. That's exactly what he was doing at Apple. He was not an engineer. He was not a coder. He knew hardly about how to solder parts together. There are other people on the team that would do that. But he knew exactly what a good user experience looks like. He knew exactly how people should feel when they see a product. How many of you have a credit card? Okay. How do you activate your credit card, new credit card that you get? Just call the... Is it an easy thing? Right? Okay. I have an Apple credit card that I ordered while I was brushing my teeth because it literally took 3 clicks to order it. The information is on my phone. And you know the activation, how it happened? The envelope it came in, I just had to tap that envelope to my phone and it activated it. Wow. It's not technology, it's user experience. But user experience because of the skill he had. So where I'm getting at is that your skill will save your life forever. Amen. He got back into Apple in '97 and then, passed due to pancreatic cancer in 2011. But what he had thought that he would make it the greatest company, he did that. Today, you might be having some aspirations, some challenges, some doubts. You don't know things. You know what? None of us know things. We figure it out as we go. Same with your parents. That when they turn 45, let's say, okay, I just met Dr. Joshua here, and I thought it's a 25-year-old sitting here. He's got kids in college, so again, you got good genes. But let's say you turn 45, guess what? You have 0 years of experience as a 45-year-old, so you have to give grace to the fact that everybody is learning, including yourself as a student and your parents, or trying to do the things. I've been teaching for 8 years now. And by the way, Brisker, where is this person? We know each other for 8 years, not 5 to 7 years. Oh, wow. Get your numbers right. I've been teaching for 8 years. And every semester, the courses I teach, they don't look alike. Why? Because students get feedback in different ways. Some of it is just visual cues during a lecture, and I know that, okay, they're not getting this, or they're not reading it the way I'm trying to teach it, so I have to do something different. That whole element of feedback is important. So as much as when you say, oh, my advisor doesn't know, or my teacher doesn't know, or my parent doesn't know, or I myself don't know anything, as that student, we're all in the process of figuring things out, and we'll forever be figuring things out. Dr. Joshua just mentioned, he said that should we talk about AI and what's AI going to do in some of these professions? Guess what? When it will happen. Today, maybe the career that you're trying to focus on is good, is secure. Can I say that 5 years later, it'll be the same thing? 10 years later? But it doesn't matter how things happen. If you are on that continuous journey to be a student for life, you will figure out new ways to acquire new skills that we need. And that attitude of reskilling, learning, unlearning, and relearning is going to get you through the end of times. And it'll make you do things that you never imagined that you could happen. 10 years down the line, for all of us, we don't know what that challenge or that problem is that we're going to solve. But guess what? When we get there, we will solve it. So have faith on yourselves, have faith in your skills. If things are bad, things will be good. The law of duality is the best law ever. It means everything exists in pairs. If it's bad, then there is a good. If there is down, there is an up. If there's a night, there is a day. So just wait for the better time, the better days, the better opportunities. Look for mentors. Mentors are great. They've gone through stuff. They will help you. Be a mentor to somebody who's looking to be in your shoes. And this journey, this circle of helping people and figuring out things will take you wherever you want. But more importantly, today you're students, tomorrow you're professionals, you're working in different companies, you'll be earning all these fat paychecks. Let me tell you, when money starts coming in, it feels nice, it feels very good. But figure out what's your role in the community.
Yes.
Because the day we are not here anymore, nobody's going to say that you made nice TikTok videos or you were so good with X, Y, or Z. People will just talk about how good of a human being you were.
Yes.
Leave that legacy as a human being, and it'll be good. Well, congratulations, everybody, again.
Thank you so much, Dr. Shekhar, for your kind words and for taking the time to come and be with us today and share some of your wisdom with some of the students. If you want to go to School of Management at UT Dallas, one of the best schools in the US and one of the best schools of management, you can see him. I think Jeremy wants to talk to you. Yeah, so you can talk with him briefly, and if you ever want to go visit, we'll be happy to organize a visit and he can give you a tour. I just volunteered him for that, but I'm sure he'll take us up on the offer. Clementine?
Yes.
All right.
How you doing? Good. Are you having fun? Yes. Are you learning? Yes. Okay, now this is what we hear. We're gonna do their words. And we had a lot of applicants, and everybody who got something, they worked really hard. I feel like they're outstanding applicants. So we're gonna give awards to high school students going to college, and we have one college student who's gonna get an award. And these students, they took time to apply. They had to talk to people to get recommendation letters. They had to talk to their parents to know how much they make, so we can give them a point for that. And they had to meet the criteria, of course, to get their awards. So everybody's gonna walk up here. Please feel free to give them like a good answer they deserve. And Danny is gonna talk about this student.
Yes, Anne Moreka is going to receive a scholarship from Dr. Daniel Chuma. Dr. Daniel Chuma is a dentist in Dallas. One of his clinics is in a place called Plano. That's where he practices, and another one in Frisco. So he has a scholarship that he promised to give every year. And the scholarship is worth $2,500, and it goes to Anne Moreka. And this scholarship is on behalf of Washington Elizabeth. Those are his parents. He's recognizing his parents, and he has a Washington Elizabeth Chuma Foundation that recognizes students who are needy and who can go to college. Is he here? Thank you. And thank you. And next year, those who can apply, that would be great. We can go for that.
So the next student is going to be the one in college, is David Kiptoon. So parents, I encourage you, everything, I mean, this student have this scholarship because somebody got in their pocket and gave something. It doesn't matter how much it is, you know, you can at least give something, because the more money we have, the more students we have to give a scholarship. We had to turn away some students because we didn't have enough money. So just feel it in your heart to at least give $50, $20, $100, $1,000, depending on how God has blessed you. Thank you so much.
And for our students who have qualified for scholarships.
Thank you very much. My name is Dan Atambo. I am the chair of this organization by the name TexKen. And for the past 9 years, we have been conducting mentorship, graduation, and scholarship events like this. Last year, we added one event, which we call a night of inspiration. And we had the young people here telling us what inspires them in life. And from here onwards, like Risbaria said, one of the topics we were talking about the challenges, what the challenges we are going through as parents and as students, and how do we mitigate them. Maybe we need to organize such kind of events during the year before we come to this main event, which is more of graduation and scholarships. I want to recognize the team that I work with. It's a great team. If they can stand wherever they are. Team, please, the board, call them board. So far we have 3 here. And of course, RISPA, we adopted RISPA recently, not necessarily as a board, but as a volunteer. And you know RISPA can do a great job. So back there, we have Jeremiah Manduku. Jeremiah Manduku is our secretary. And here, the next is Misha Tukoraya, is an educationist. And I was joking to him earlier when he wanted to carry some heavy stuff. I said, make sure you don't break your back, because we will not produce another Misha like him. It will take us like 100 years to have somebody like him in this community. Thank you. He's the vice chair. Next to him we have Clementine. Clementine, as you can see, she's very instrumental. She assists Jeremiah Manduku. We have Evans Moneno, is not here. He's on safari, he's our treasurer. We have others like Grace Yandika, she's not here today. We have Dr. Hedi Mairura and also Ernest Muchama. So I want to recognize you and thank you for all the support you give us. So like I said earlier, we have been here for close to 9 years. And of course, our